time to adjust, but of course Nigma has one of the best.
It's literally hero being banned. We see it quite a lot, right? And then because of the hero being banned, you don't see it for a couple of series, maybe a couple of tournaments, because it's constantly banned, and teams forget about it, and now we see it first phase. As soon as you can grab that Wisp, if you're Nigma, if you're Secret, you grab it. Because this hero, it doesn't matter what changes you do to the second spell, to the Spirit Balls, or to the Overcharge, or to the Tether. It's all about relocate. Later on in the game, it offers you a completely different strategical approach to the game, because you can move across the map and set up different sorts of ganks, and you have to play differently against it. And now you have Clockwork as well. Hookshot setup into relocate at any given point in the game makes it just much easier to execute your plan.
Yeah, but when we look at the other side, we have Mirana and Ember Spirit. So basically, in my opinion, this Clockwork is, at least against these two heroes, pretty useless, right? He can't really set up on them, so he's gonna be wanting to see some other heroes that he can deal with, but we'll see if Secret's even gonna give it to them.
Yeah. So versus Mirana, I definitely agree. Versus Ember Spirit, however, you can set up, but you can't just completely control it, right? You can have the hookshot into cog push away setup, but you need something else.
Yeah,
you need some extra stuns,
course,
you need some extra control.
I'm just talking about the Wisp setup, right?
With setup with relocate, yeah, completely agree.
That you cannot do, but that he can actually control these heroes good enough so that the secondary stun comes through. Yeah, definitely Clock can do that, but it's still not ideal for him to play against these heroes.
By the way, was it Nigma? No, it was, I believe, Secret that played Wisp. In the Mad Moon event, they played the mid. So that's also an option. And it's something that you don't see very often any longer on TI, obviously.
What do you go from items? Helmet Dominator?
He went for Heart. Agonist Heart and just the good old right-click build, that's all.
You just can't kill me, I'm going to stand here for a long time.
That's very interesting, very peculiar that they go with the Grimstroke. This is also a sleeper hero, I believe, right now. Like, when you look at these three heroes, you don't see any combo with Soulbind, right? And because of that, it makes me think that Grimstroke is more powerful than he seems right now. He has been buffed a little bit in the recent patch.
Yeah.
And because of that, perhaps he can be played as that. If you remember the way Kotl was played, literally just illuminate, pushing out the waves, he gets a lot of utility items, and then he's just a force on his own. I think Grimstroke can replicate that at the moment.
And he's that follow-up lockdown that we were talking about. The Ember is going to be needing the Yules. If he does get hook-shotted, pushed back, he can take that silence, and hero doesn't really have too much of attack speed, so he can't really deal with the Phantom Embrace.
Speaking of Kotl,
yeah, there it is.
Makes an appearance.
And this is what you've been talking about, that Mirana lacks a teamfight hero, and this is a position 5 teamfight hero that actually helps you a lot, and it also synergizes really well with the Ember Spirit. Even a lane, you can play, now that the Searing Chains have been buffed, you can play 1-2 lane, right? You Searing Chains and Sleight of Fist without the shield, and actually utilize the Kotl
I think this is probably the best hero they could have picked for themselves. As the position 1, I'm surprised Ricky hasn't been banned out. I love this pick. First and foremost, you have these late game scenarios in which Clock can initiate but can't contain the target. That's where Ricky and his smokescreen come into play, right? You follow up with the smokescreen on top of those cogs, and suddenly they really can't escape. Plus, Grimstroke plus Ricky in the laning stage itself is a really ridiculously strong combo. Really hard to deal with, right? You have the Inkswell with the Blink Strike.
Are you sure it might not be Wisp Ricky in a lane? And then later on, I'd like maybe them to get, I don't know, if a Centaur is still in play, something along those lines.
That's also possible. Yeah. That's also possible. Wisp can be your mid still, and can be on the offlane +1 with the Clockwork. I necessarily am not the biggest fan of Wisp plus Clock or Wisp plus Ricky, though. I think they're hiding something.
Yeah, that they should get a hero that's actually gonna be really well, work really well with the Wisps, and the Clockwork and Ricky are actually gonna be hunting.
All right.
Oh, okay. Snatch and grab, farm pick coming out from Secret.
Was that the Meepo band that I saw as well? Yeah, it would be so good for both of these teams here.
Guys, I love this Bounty Hunter pickup. All of the heroes are very squishy. He does a lot of damage. Ricky really doesn't want to deal with the track early on. It kind of lets your supports maybe not have to buy that many dusts, so it's gonna save some gold as well. I really, really like this bounty pick. And we were talking about how Mirana enables the offlaner. This is one of those offlaners that you enable.
Oh,
and
wow.
this is Silencer.
Oh, this is just
Too hot to handle.
game-winning. This looks like a game-winning pick. The only problem that I have with Silencer, that I always have with core mid Silencer, is if this, first and foremost, if this is mid and core and not Wisp, I think it is Silencer mid.
Yeah.
He just trashes Ember.
Yeah, he
Early
does.
on, trashes that hero, gets his items fast, and then he can dominate everyone. The only thing that he suffers from later on is mobile heroes. If they can jump on top of him, we'll see if he manages to play it right.
I like the Silencer. I like the